well, we're going into a recession, right? And the stock market fell 900, almost 900 points yesterday. It dropped again today, a little bit more. But it's okay. And I want you guys to remind you of what you need to know about the market, and you need to be armed with information, right? Information that will help buyers and sellers, navigate this market. So the last recession, I think that was during COVID. It lasted about 2 quarters. And that was during the pandemic, right? Even if stocks decline and interest rates continue to increase, we still have lower inventory and a normal market. I think I saw on the housing report yesterday that we were looking at about 2 months worth of inventory. And, many of you may not remember what a normal inventory is, but it's 3 to 6 months. So you need to be able to rattle off some things about the Austin market at any time to be able to arm your sellers with what they need to know and your buyers with what they need to know. So I'll give an example of some things that I kind of rattle off every time I have a conversation. Okay. Facebook has leased nearly 600,000 square feet. They haven't started hiring yet. Amazon is doing the same with 323,000 square feet. This is intent. They're showing intent that they are going to hire for these buildings. They're not doing it for no reason at all. They're planning ahead. TikTok leased 125,000 square feet. The Google Sale building isn't even done yet, and it's got a lot more space than the building next door to it that they're already in. The Apple campus is not yet fully filled yet. Apple's in the works to take on 52 more acres adjacent to the building that they're in, which I don't even think that's fully staffed yet. Okay, so these are high-paying jobs, right? These are not your blue-collar jobs. Tracy, can you mute? These are high-paying jobs, tech jobs. These, and in addition to that, these aren't the tech companies that you see on the news that are in trouble. These are the ones that are in the black. They're the most valuable companies in the world. So I think everyone needs to take that in perspective, that regardless of what happens to the rest of the nation, that we're in good shape here. And I think that's very important for everyone to know. So the mortgage rates rose to over 6%. I didn't do a whole lot of digging in this, but I know that when a Fed hike is expected to increase, the mortgage rates are raised in advance of that. And the reason why is so that they don't have to do this after that. Now, they're also expected to increase the rate by 0.5, but there's a lot of speculation that it will be increased to 0.75, okay? And again, I'm not an expert at this, so I want to hear what Nasi has to say, but if they raise it to 0.5, I think we can expect to not have it raise any more than it has, within a little small range in the last week or so. If they raise it 0.75, get ready. It's going to raise up a little bit more. I don't think it's going to hit 7%. Not now. Maybe towards the end of the year, but not in the next couple of weeks. I could be wrong. What we're seeing here is, especially in the real estate market, is shock about the interest rates and fear that the stock market is in recession. This will pass, right? Unless something really big happens, really big and really bad happens. Nothing big and bad has happened, okay? We still have a great job economy in the entire nation. Austin has the best job market in the entire world. People have more savings in their account than they ever have. And so I just wanted to address these fears, because when I watch the news and put it on YouTube and I look at the stocks, it's scary. It's scary, but you also have to realize that this is blown way out of proportion, in my opinion. Okay. What we're seeing now is a lot of stocks that were overvalued that are being corrected. Okay. And that has a triple effect to the other ones, right? But I think that our market is extremely strong. I think that we're going to see a slowdown over the next couple months, next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as much as people are saying. This whole bubble thing to me is blown way out of proportion. I do not think we're in a real estate bubble. I think what is happening right now needed to happen, and honestly, I couldn't be happier to see it happen. I do have this slight fear from watching the news, but I want you guys to be able to rattle off those stats on the companies that are leasing here. I want you guys to have that in second nature in your mind. The other thing is, I posted that PDF in the workplace last week. It is. I think it was Vivian that said that she went to a seller's appointment and she had to pass on it because it was they wanted way too much for it. I completely understand that. You guys need to print that off. It's about the mortgage rates. I'm sorry, about the mortgage rates, and that the average mortgage rate from December to now has gone up $700. This is on the average price per square foot, our average sales price in the entire nation. So it's like 700. So if it's double, the price is double, then you can expect that to go up 1,400. So you guys just need to know that. That's all I got. I'm going to pass it on to Johnny, but I just wanted to get that off my chest and let you know.
Yeah. Well, sounds like some of the list prices are coming down and like sub 400, even talking about Lauren's listing. Lauren was going to go live right about the $400,000 price point on that house. It was 2 days before she went live. I think it was a couple days. They dropped that price at 350. And that was forecasting what's coming, like you got to be in front of the market, chasing the market. If you guys have never heard the term chasing the market, that's what happens when you do small price adjustments, when the market is shifting and you just week after week after week, you're chasing that market. You got to do something dramatic, a big adjustment, get in front of that market where it's going, get in front of new buyers, excite people. It's like a new listing if it's been stale. So think about that with your buyers right now with rates. If you still have buyers right now that didn't just get dropped out of the market with a rate hike, go after all of these homes, because like the market's shifting tremendously right now. These sellers may be freaking out that they might not be getting offers that they thought, with rates with buyers. So this is a really, look, it's a really good opportunity for buyers, more than ever, with opportunities that are going to come up in inventory. I see it hardcore Thursday and Friday. My phone's blowing up with new listings. It's still happening, right? So anyone else on the buyer side, win or lose? How was your scenarios, or anyone had listings over the weekend?
I've been looking with a lot of buyers, no offers, but a lot of looking, a lot of talking to agents, and pretty much 1 out of 3 properties out there, it seems like, is in a multiple offer situation. The other 2 have nothing going on, but the price points for basically the lowest price points, 300, 400, still very competitive. I believe it was Heather that was saying that. And then anything, the 700, 800, and then if you're in the millions, like the luxury stuff, every single listing I've seen in the luxury, $1 million and up, is doing $50,000 to $100,000 price reductions pretty much across the board. And then, that kind of middle price point, 500 to 800, you're seeing probably about that same 1 to 3 ratio of very, very busy versus absolutely nothing going on, 20 days on market.
Cool. Thanks, Corey.
My listing out by Lake Travis went under contract. We had listed it 2 weekends ago at 825. Only had one agent call and one person show up at the open house, so they dropped it right away to 790. And then we only got one offer at 750. We were able to get them up to 760 and improve some of the terms. So we're under contract at least.
Okay. So for those that don't know, that's normal. Like, this is normal scenarios. 2 to 3 weeks go by, a couple people trickle through the door. Like, Austin's never experienced that. We definitely haven't experienced that in the last 2 years. So those of you that are newly licensed in the last couple of years, you've just learned the hardest real estate market I've ever seen, how to win. And normal. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, totally normal. Like, it's not even normal. It's still a seller's market. It's just less competitive a seller's market that we used to have and we've seen. So